Hey y'all! Today we are here at Manley Labs in the microphone room with Caro, and she is assembling some of the chassis. She's putting the screens inside the bodies using a silver metallic conductive epoxy to ensure that there's good ground continuity between the screen and the body. That's what she's working on right here. It's a little bit tedious, but it ensures that your microphone will remain quiet and not hum. There she's ensuring that the chassis of the microphone has good ground continuity all the way through. That's the chassis part. The guts. We start with all of our microphones, we start with the capsule. And this is for the reference cardioid microphone, the same capsule we've been using since 1990. That gets mated to the electronics. Here we have that beautiful multicap coupling the whole output of the audio through the output transformer into your mic preamp. So these get mounted together. So then the capsule is assembled onto the body this way. We can see where the vacuum tube is going to go. The vacuum tubes for the microphones have to be specially selected for ultimate quiet performance. Low noise is the most important parameter for these tubes. We've got this little star washer right here. Little guy just to ensure good ground contact between the chassis and the base of the mic. And it would actually be easier if I just do that. There we go. It's a whole microphone out. It's just that easy. And it's safe to grab it by the base and the top here. Capsule's mounted right underneath there. There's the tube side of things. And one thing that's unique about the Manley microphones is that, you know, the shock mount is really meant to be married to the body at all times. There's no need to ever take the shock mount apart from the body of the microphone. And every Manley microphone comes with this handsome leather microphone condom, we call it, to keep the dust off the capsule. Every Manley microphone these days, the reference silver mic, the reference cardioid, and the reference gold microphones are all driven by Manley power, the devoted power supply for these microphones. And you can tell which microphones use the Manley power versus which ones use the older linear power supplies with the XLR connector. The 7-pin connectors are for Manley power. The older 6-pin connectors are the linear supplies. So if you count the pins on the base of your Manley microphone, 7 pins is for the switch mode Manley power, and 6 pins will be for the older linear power supplies. Here's the difference between the older linear power supply with its transformer, big transformer, running at 60 hertz here in America, or 50 hertz if you're overseas somewhere, and the Manley power switch mode power supply with its big switch mode module here in its little cage. Again, 7 pins for Manley power switch mode power supply and 6 pins for the older linear power supplies with a linear 12-volt regulator on the back. Manley power is quieter and sounds better than the older linear supplies, plus it works everywhere in the world. So the first microphone we did back in 1990 was the Manley Gold. We did the hardest thing the first. And then at the same time we did the reference cardioid in the black aluminum chassis. Skip forward about 30 years when it was time to make a brand new microphone. I came up with this really cool snakeskin fish scale kind of finish on this aluminum silver body for the reference silver mic. I think it's pretty cool. It met with some initial resistance amongst my team when I first presented it to them, but I think it came out really neat, and there's nobody else that has a finish like that on any microphones. It's pretty cool. That's done in a sandblasting process where we fit on a mesh, plastic mesh screen. It's kind of like sometimes you find apples packaged in that kind of mesh, expanding mesh. It's like a finger torture mesh. And we put that on the polished microphone body and run it through the sandblaster and then take it off, and there you go. It's pretty cool. If you want to walk with me real quick, walk out to the machine shop, we can look at the sandblast machine. Why not? Follow, follow. So this is the sandblasting cabinet that we use to produce this finish on this microphone body. It's pretty cool, isn't it? The whole body of the microphone is high polished first, and then we put that mesh on, put it in the machine, and we close the lid and sandblast it with the gun. There's the gun. And we sandblast, and then everywhere where the sand does not hit is still shiny, masked by that plastic mesh, and everywhere it hit, it gets a new texture. And then that is anodized locally, clear anodized for durability. And then we use this rotary attachment jig in the laser engraver to mount the microphone on, and we apply a black tape, and then the laser marking hits it and turns this black, and that is done also right here at the factory.